Hello out there again. This is me. I'm trying to help the people out there in the world that are sick. Tonight I want to talk to you about a little something other that happened to me one time in life, of course, growing up. I've had some problems too, but I've cured all that problem. So what we want to talk about here tonight, I got a few things there I just sort of wrote down here for you. Um, Well, what I want to do, talk about here, would be like your high blood pressure problems. Now, these high blood pressure problems out here, I want to try to help you with that because I had the same problem. And I'd like for everybody out there to know what to do for it in case you might want to get well and heal up a little bit here and get your problems off of the way. Now, number one, it's where we want to stop high blood pressure problems. And I've been there too, but I ain't got no blood pressure problem no more. So, what I'm going to tell you what to do here for your blood pressure problems, and I hope all of you out there are listening to me. All right, what you have to do for your high blood pressure problems, if you want to get rid of it, like I did, you want to go down to the store, you want to buy some seedless watermelons. Exactly what you want to do there, you want to take, and you want to eat one seedless watermelon a day with salt. Now, the salt in the watermelon. Stay off the other stuff, off the sweets, this and that. Well, then it will take that away. You won't have that blood pressure problem no more, because I didn't. Okay. Now, you eat one of these seedless watermelons a day with salt every day for at least a week or so. Then you check it again to make sure everything's okay. Now, our next subject here we're going to go on. I'll just make sure I keep everything wrote down in my books that I know so I don't forget to where I tell you is wrong. Now, on this here, I've got, like sugar. Now, a lot of people have sugar, diabetic, this and that, a whole lot of problems, which I've had. I've had no more. I have that no more. Okay, now, I want to tell you, and I want you to listen to me very, very closely. Now, if you want to get rid of this sugar problems, what you want to do, now me, I prefer pickled eggs and apple cider vinegar in the morning. Get up, eat you three, put the salt to them and eat them. Or if you want to take the apple cider vinegar, you think you can handle that, drink it, it's fine. You do what you want to do with that part. I'm just trying to help you solve these problems. Okay, now, all right. My doctor gave me up to, live for about 5 or 6 months one time. I was a drinking man, like a lot of you are out there today. He still drinks. Well, my doctor told me, said, son, you got 5 or 6 months to live, and said you need to tell your family, about it so they can get ready. So I didn't know what to do, so I said, well, I don't want to die yet. I'm still young, and I want to get out and see the world and travel like my dreams was and my plans was. So what I done, I was riding down the road, and I looked over at this woman working in the garden. Something told me to stop there, so I stopped and stuff. And I was down real bad. God lost all the weight in the world. I know I was a short timer here in the world, I said, got to be something here that would grow from the earth that this woman might have that I might need. So I told her my problem, and she said, my God, child. She said, what's going on? And I told her I messed up my liver. My liver was gone. I got 5 or 6 months to live. Well, anyway, she said, well, honey, I don't know. She said, that will be up to you what you want to do and this and that, for your liver. Said, I hope that you can find something here in your own mind. You just have to do it yourself. I don't know what to do. I'm no doctor. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, I noticed over there you have some curly mustard greens. I said, I remember them like when I was a younger boy. I said, I don't know nothing about gardens or nothing like that. But I said, I would like to have me some curly mustard greens. And she said, well, how much do you want? I mean, how much, I asked her, well, how much does she charge a bag for them? She said, well, I get $2 a bag. I said, all right. I said, I'll take 5 bags. She gave me 5 bags, and I went straight on home. Well, I got me a big old cooker, big, and filled it plumb to the top, much as I can cram in there. Well, I put that in there, and I started cooking them curly mustard greens. I did. And stuff. And so after that, I got them cooked down all the way. I got me a big old spoon with that lard put over in there. It's grease, but it's lard, we call it. I eat that every day until all them mustard greens are gone. Because I knowed I had a short time to live because the drinking had took me out. It just about killed me and sent me on. Well, I got noticing after I done that, seemed like something I could feel different. I started feeling better. And this and that. So after I done that, then I started eating. Well, after that, I got checking my weight over a few days at a time, All of a sudden, I went down. I gained, up to 204 pounds. I gained all my weight back and stuff. And then the doctor, after he checked me, he couldn't believe what happened. He said, 1 minute you're dying, son. He said, then here you are. Look at you, 204 pounds. He said, what have you done? I said, well, I just started out and just things just come to me because I wasn't ready to go. And I said, I've drank since I was a young boy because I'm from a drinking family. And I said, I've got to try this, and I did. He said, well, ever what you've done, he said, you've done it right, son. He said, you're a very, very, very smart guy. He said, because, you only got 5 to 6 months away showing here to live here, anywhere on the earth here. But he said, ever what you've done now, son, he said, you're in perfect health. He said, your liver's cured and stuff. And he said, I don't know what caused it, how they worked and stuff. So I got thinking, well, it must have been something to do with the curly mustard greens out of the garden now. You can't go to the store and buy this stuff, now. You want to go to a garden and you want to get these curly mustard greens. And you eat them and do what I say, and it will cure you. But don't drink. Don't be drinking no more. Never. Don't do it. And stuff. So this is what you got to do, to protect your life if you want to live on this earth for a long time, I know God only give us maybe up to the 70s to live. But right now, I'm doing fine. I doctored myself. I've done what I thought was right. Because, like I told you before out here, God gave us mind and knowledge. And I used mine. And I used it wisely. I didn't throw it away. I didn't waste it. I didn't give up. Because I wasn't ready to give up. I want to be a tough soldier. I want to show the people out there that I can survive. And then I am. And I'm healthy. And I'm doing fine. But I want to share a little something with you. I know it'd be hard. Maybe it might even turn your stomach. But then later, I done a little experiment. I was traveling one time. I always travel a lot, up and down the interstates, this and that, different states. I want to see the world, after I got myself back in good health. I run into an old man, a place called Williamsburg, Kentucky. I guess you all know where it is, at a Walmart. The old feller, I like to talk to people, I'm just mostly out there by myself, going no one to talk to. We got talking about this sickness going on, that sickness going on. I said, what seems to be your problem? He said, well, son, I'm dying. He said, I've got cancer real bad. He said, I worked hard all my life. He said, just up the road there, I own a little spot of land, this and that, Well, something come up on me. I looked at him in the eyes, he looked pitiful. I said, well, have you noticed things? He said, now. I said, now, I've done about like you, out here. I said, I got down about ready to die and go too, 5, 6 months. I said, if you'll notice around us, I said, God has created all things. I said, look over there in that pasture. What do you see? He said, I see cows. I said, what do these cows eat? He said, well, they eat all kinds of stuff from the earth. I said, there you go. Now this may, I know a lot of you don't agree with this or believe in maybe this, but this is true, and God is my witness. I told that man, I said, listen to me, and you listen good. Because he was in a point, it didn't matter if he lived or died, but he wanted to live on because he'd been a hard worker. I said, you go. If you can find a cow, he said, I've got a cow. He said, I've got one, matter of fact, right there in my front yard. I said, I'll tell you what I want you to do. I don't know what you think about it, but my mind is telling me what to tell you to do here, and you do it, I believe, and everything will be all right. I said, you go out there. And I said, when that cow, because you see it eats the weeds and all kinds of, herbs and stuff from this earth. I said, when that cow, when it uses that number 2, you get your spoon and your glass of water, and you dip that up, and you put that in there, stir it up real good. And I said, strain it. And I said, strain that. That's from all these herbs that you see that these cows eat. I said, now the cows are always healthy. You look at them, if you look at them. And I said, now they got to be a cause. There's something here that God has done something for them cows know to eat. Well, all right, here he was a short time to live. He said, well, son, he said, I don't care. He said, he said, all I can do, he said, I'm just going to hold my nose and I'm going to drink it on down. I said, okay. So I gave him my phone number. And 2 weeks later, he called me. I was down in Florida here. He called me up. He said, son, he said, I'm proud of you. He broke down in tears, crying on the phone. I think he said he was 78 years old. He said, well, I done what you told me to do. And ever who you are, or ever what kind of gift that God has gave you, he said, it's worked. He said, I ain't got no cancer no more. He said, I'm in perfect health too. I said, well, there's some of us like that, I said, but I'm glad, and I'm glad that we done the right thing, and I'm glad you listened to me. I said, if it ever comes down to a choice, I said, tell people about it. I said, if you know someone is sick, cancer, not going to make it, do the same thing I told you to do, and they'll live also. I said, that's the way you do things in life out here. It's here. God put it here and stuff. So them cows, they've got probably 4 different stomachs. We drink milk from them. We eat them. We put their meat on our plate. So what's the difference? If they're eating weeds and stuff, so it can't be nasty. It's just weeds and herbs. And these herbs is medicine. And that medicine, it will take, and it done what I said it done. And God's my witness. It healed the old man. The old man went back to work. He didn't die off. His cancer was gone. Everything was taken care of. So if you follow all these directions, all these things that I know from up here, right here. Hey, I don't know nothing about these phones. I don't know how to even get on this thing. But with a little help, I can reach out and tell you things that I know from experience because I have done it for myself. I've cured high blood pressure, my liver. I have done all these things, my sugar and all. I've done it all. So if you want to live and you want to be healthy like me, you go by what's here, your mind, your knowledge. That's what you look out for. See, sometimes we can be looking around. We've got plenty of things to heal us. But we look, I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Well, why? Because we got a mind up here, self-conscious and a conscious. One can lead us away from our life and our salvation in shorter time. But if you listen and do what I tell you here tonight, and I've come up here to do, this is only my second time out there. and I want to see everybody getting help. And do these things and listen. You'll be proud that you know a man like me, and you'll hold your head up and say, that was a good person who's trying to help me and my family and save them, and he don't even know us. So this is the way. You just do as I say. That's what you do. High blood pressure be gone. Remember, one seedless watermelon a day. Don't get it cold. You cut it out. You put the salt to that base. But now listen, if you've got kidney problems, don't you touch that salt. You stay away from that salt. It'll shut you down. But if you ain't and you got good kidneys, you salt that baby down. It don't matter if you eat just a little of that green in there with it. You eat that one a day. A seedless. Now, that's the one you do. You wash it off when you buy it. You know, it don't hurt to buy you 3 or 4 of them, 5 of them, whatever you want. And you eat them. I don't care if you eat it for breakfast, dinner, supper. You know, yeah, it's just like this apple cider vinegar stuff with your sugar. Me, now I cured mine. But now I tried the vinegar straight. Now it'll clear up your eye. Yeah, it'll take that sugar out of your eye in a way and stuff. But now me, I prefer the pickle eggs. I'd get up in the mornings. I would eat me 3 of them babies. I'd put the salt to them real good. I was taking metformin, you know, but now I've done away with that too and didn't need that no more. I'll just fix that up, eat them pickled eggs about 3 in the morning, and pat on my stomach. I said, there we go. I said, they good. Boy, you know it, I didn't need no pills. I didn't need none of that junk. No, not me. I heal myself by faith and listen to up here and listen to the voice what tells me to do and guide me in the right way. You know, I've traveled the world. I've been all over. And I've always have been. Always my dream of traveling this world, and I still do. I get out, I travel, and I'm happy. But if I didn't listen to what this voice was telling me to do and guide me in the right direction, if I would have ignored that, I wouldn't be here sitting talking to you out there in the world. I'd done been dead and gone many, many, many years ago. You see? Yes. So you make sure that you do this. If you drinking, if you're a drinking man, young, you're in the 20s, 30s, no matter what, that is what you want to do. You want to do that and get that liver. You want to go. I don't care. You find them curly mustard greens and you make sure you find them somewhere somebody grows them and you get them and you bag them and you take and you cook them in a cooker and you put that lard in there and you salt them. You sit there, pull that shirt off. You have to and let the juice just run on down like it did on my chest, on my stomach, you know, until everything's gone. And all of a sudden, before you know it, healthy. So see, there are a lot of things that we can do. You know, God give us a lot of gifts out there, probably 9. I ain't learned all mine yet, but there's one thing about it. You got to get up early in the morning to food me. Because when it comes down to me, I'm human. God made me. Well, I want to know, and it's out there. God put it right here just like he done it all. The fish, everything else, or meat we eat, all this and that. But now one thing, watch the meat. Meat is not safe. It's hard on you and stuff. I know right now I've got people out there that I ain't seen in my family for many, 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 many years. They're probably needing some help too. But I had no contacts with them. They never called me. They've never tried to even locate me. I might see them somewhere maybe or something like that every now and then, get a glance of them. But, you know, they didn't come up to me and ask me about nothing about this, about that, you see. So, well, I said when they're ready, they get down sick enough. There'll be some way or another. You know, they'll walk up to me and tell me something that's going on so I can help them too. Now, I know I won't be on this thing here a lot out there in the world, but what I do come up with, I guarantee you'll know about it. And I know. Just listen and believe me. If you want help, You can't get help nowhere else out there. Because it's all about nothing but money, lies, this and that. But it's there. It's here. It is here. And I figured it out. And I want you people to get out there now, and I want you to prove to yourself and listen to me. And you can say, you can always hold back. So that guy, he was a great man. He reached out. He didn't even know who he was. He probably never seen a lot of us in his life. But he doing something good, and good made. The Bible says, it says, if you're good, you do good also. Well, you look what I went through. 5, 6 months to live. I've had blood pressure problems, sugar problems, liver problems. I had all that. So I've been to churches. Oh, well, holler, let me pray for you. Well, it's like this. I've been there too. I've been prayed for. I've been baptized. Even growing up as a boy. That's where I was at in church. But there are a lot of things sometimes when you just got a feeling that God gave us a gift. And I want to use mine. I want to use my gift out there to help these folks out there that's in need. But right today, doctors has let us down because they impure. They impure. It's a shame. It's pitiful. Pioneers come in this country, built this country, this and that. But we've got nobody out there that can do what they want to do for us. We can pray. We do it every day. I do. But now, luckily, I ain't had no cancer. But if it ever did come down, you know what I do? I do just like I told that man. Stir up that cow manure, strain her down, hold that nose, down the hatch. That's what I do. I might get a little sick, but I won't be like him, healthy and ready to go. I'll get over that little sickness off the thoughts of that. But it's there, like I tell you, that's the herb from the earth that God had put here. And if it don't kill that cow, it sure ain't gonna kill you. But it can let you live a long, many years. And so I'm a hoping for you all. So, I'm gonna sing you a little song and listen to it. Said God bless America again. I seen all the trouble had its end. With old Solemn Sing and Ben Laden in his game. God bless America again. So people, God bless America. Always keep praying. And if you ever need me, and anything I know, and what I hear, from here to here to here, I want to share it with you. And I want to share it because I've seen a lot go on in my lifetime. I've seen our babies out there suffering. I've seen it all. Sick people, good people, going to churches, this and that, dying. I didn't understand it. I was lost because I was raised in church. So I ain't been to church in a long time, but I still pray. So that's one thing. The other day, I was looking at a picture there of Jesus up there. He's looking down. He's looking down on us at us. I noticed at his side up there, there was another object of another person standing there. But over here, I could see a skeleton head sitting there in that. The wings, like it just blurred out, just like angel wings. And I hope you all believe in angels, because angels are very, very important to us all. And believe in Virgin Mary and Jesus, because Jesus, he's not dead. He's still alive. And he uses us to do this, to do that, for the people out there have nowhere else to turn. They don't know. They give up. You don't give up. You don't give up. Just do these things that I'm telling you to do. And I've told you about the other things before. You keep that here, and you believe, and you do what I say, and you watch. You watch what happens. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So that's what you do. You'll get rid of your sugar. Your drinking people get rid of the liver problems and this and that. You'll get rid of all that old stuff, Yeah, see, that's what you want to do. You want to get rid of it. You want to clean all that old stuff out of the way from your life, where you got a chance to open your eyes and live a real life, a good life, a happy life. And that way, and remember, always love one another. Always help one another. Help that neighbor. You do all good deeds. All good things will come back at you. That's what you always do. Yeah, a lot of people that look at me say, well, that guy, he's on crack. He's crazy. Well, he's probably drunk right now. He couldn't even get out of that chair and walk around. But I know better than God knows better. So that's the way I look at it. So I'm just hoping that you will listen to me and you do all the things I've asked you to do. Keep that mask on and take the things I told you about the COVID and your peroxide and all your Listerine and all that good stuff. And you do that and stuff, and that's what you need to do. Your flu bug starts easing up on you, you run straight down there to the wine store and you buy you a pill for that good red looking wine. You take that black pepper and just you stir that baby up down the hatch. Then you cover up real good, 2 or 3 blankets. In the morning, you'll get up. You'll feel great. You'll feel like you've done something for yourself, because giving up doesn't do nothing. When you start giving up, you gotta get mean as an old mean dog. You gotta get mad, and I mean angered. And you got to have that faith that I've told you and do the thing what I say. I know there are people out there right in the system, I'm gonna say, they don't appreciate me telling you nothing. No. They don't like that. They don't like that. They like this stuff. Wrinkle. That's what they like. And they don't appreciate me. I guess they probably look at him. He's trying to cause these doctors here to go broke, or and they can't make no money. Well, I'm not a doctor. I had a gift, brother. I'm not a doctor. I ain't trying to take nobody's money. Them doctors need to want to hope for the best. But them doctors and me are 2 different people. They live in the government ways and the greed of money. And they can't do nothing in what they're told. Well, I have no bosses over me. I tell what I know from this man. He's my boss. He's the one. I'm riding down that road many miles from here, traveling, relaxed. He tells me. Then I go look. He guides me. He guides me to what I have to do. And he proved it to me. I healed my liver. I was an alcoholic from an alcoholic family. Drunk every day. Almost died a few times. But, see, that didn't happen, did it? See, no. Because, see, when I done what it says to do in your self-conscious up here in your mind, you'll do it. And I done it. And my liver, what's in the curly mustard greens, it just took that poison out of there. It just took it away from me. Just like them pickled eggs with apple cider vinegar, it just took it away. It took me away from all that stuff, you see. So all the illnesses and things was wrong with me. It almost caused me to die. 5 or 6 years all I had left. And the good Lord knows I ain't lying. If he was sitting here with me right now, he'd look at you and tell you, every one of you's out there, better listen. He ain't lying. That's just the way it is. So, yes, I can pray for you. I can do this and that. But how long is it going to take that prayer to come up and answer to help you? This is here. This is here. This is, you got to have the willpower. You got to get out there. You got to go and get this stuff. These mustard greens, that apple cider vinegar, pickle you some eggs, put the salt on them, eat them, watermelon, put it on there. Eat that. And you watch and see. Then in a while, you'll be out there jogging about a mile or two every day down that road. Oh, yeah, you're doing fine, fine, fine. Well, that's what you want to do. I did it. And I'm a living proof of it, brother. Now, let me tell you. And don't let nobody sit there trying to tell you wrong and different. Because that's just from, a lot of that stuff will be from the devil's ways. And oh, you don't listen to him. Well, that dude's probably sitting there on crack, you know. Well, I got news for him. I don't do crack. I don't drink. I didn't even smoke until I come to Florida and bought me a home. I smoke my cigarettes now, but I'm getting ready to even quit that, because I have nothing for them. Because the tobacco I remember working in Bluegrass State was real. This stuff is phony stuff. This is from other parts of the world, the country in China and places like that, like all the food coming in here. And the food's no good no more. I just sat down a while ago. I eat a hamburger. It didn't taste like a hamburger. But what am I eating? Horse meat? Well, what is that? What is China shipped over here or some other country shipped over here was frozen and trying to put in my stomach that could get me sick? Nope. I ate a little bit of it, tried it. I said, it don't even smell like a hamburger. They don't taste like a hamburger, because I was raised up on hamburgers. A lot of us was. Used to, we can go out and make our own hamburger, but that was the real stuff back then, you see. But now it's all got this money in hand this way or that way and always going on, something going on. It's the greed in that dollar. So all our tobacco's gone now. All our food's gone. Now let me share another little story with you here. I want you to know why I'm on here tonight. Well, I got wondered about food. What's going on with this food out here? No, ain't right at all. So I figured, while I'm traveling, I'll go out and investigate. I want to investigate the food. I want to see if I can get anybody to answer any questions for me, because, well, I found out the first time I stopped off in a place in Tennessee. It's called Food City. I seen the old meat man there. He does the butchering, this and that. I said, sir, I need to talk to you a minute. There wasn't nobody around him, of course, and stuff. And I started talking to him. When I was talking about him, son, he said, I'm going to tell you something right now. He said, I'm bonded. He said, I ain't allowed to tell you about this. I ain't allowed to tell you about that. But he said, yeah, I know what you are talking about. And he said, yes. And he said, right now, I'm going to tell you something. He said, you're right. He said, the stuff in here. He said, yes. He said, even the sausages. It ain't safe to eat. It ain't. And this meat ain't safe to eat. Well, finally, I kept making my way around. I traveled a few more places. I stopped off in a little place called Barbersville, Kentucky, up there where I was raised. Went in Save-A-Lot up on 25 East. This little woman's been there about 15 years. Well, I done checked a lot of places out in Tennessee, Georgia, a lot of other places, Well, they give you a little list of information that way. Well, I saw that little woman been back there all them years working hard, and I walked up to her and she was on one there at the meat counter putting out meat, this and that, I said, ma'am, I need to talk to you. I said, I know, I said, I understand you're abundant, and I know you ain't got the right or allowed to actually talk about nothing. But I said, it's very important to me. I said, I've been traveling. I've been asked a lot of questions trying to find out about this and about the food. I said, we got people got kids out there that have to eat this stuff. And I said, it could be dangerous to them like it could be me or you, either one. And I said, now I'm going to ask you real nicely, I said, I noticed all this meat that you put down here in these coolers. I said, what that you just put out, you would take home to your babies and grandchildren to feed them babies or grandchildren. She looked up to the front of that store scared. And she looked back at me. She said, honey, in a low voice, she said, there's one thing here that I would take home to my grandchildren or my kids and feed them. I said, what is that? She said, chicken. And I said, all right. And marked her down, chicken. All right, now there, in them places, they got a lot of this generic stuff, off-brands, this and that. Well, I looked over and glanced over. over there to the canned goods. I pointed over that way. I said, listen, I'm going to ask you another question. I said, all that canned food over there. I said, what would you take home to your children and feed them? And she looked back toward that front again. And she said, he looked back at me, bless her heart. She said, none of that stuff. I said, what do you do for vegetables to feed your children? Or grandchildren, either one. She looked back toward the front. She said, well, the way I do it. She said, I go to the outdoor market where it's fresh laid out in front of me so I can see my eyes. I can take it home and I can look through it. I can clean it, every what it needs. And that way I can lay it down better that way knowing when I fed my children so I know it ain't going to make them sick or kill them. I said, you're a very smart lady. I said, I'm proud of you. I said, then I want to thank you for all the information you give me on it, I said, 'cause times the way they're going, it's dangerous for all of us anymore. So I'm hoping all of you get this out there. And if you got any kind of comment, you try to get back a hold here on me here to me. And I will try all I can to help you out there. Try to get some life back in you and heal you up from all the suffering. I don't want to see none of you cheated out of life because it almost went for me, but I learned for sure, what I have to do, and you can do it. But listen to me, you can do it, and always listen. Don't let nothing guide you away and try to tell you, well, I could probably eat that over there this way and that way. Well, that is what you do, like I did, curly mustard green. Like the old man, I talked to him and watched the cattle out there, how healthy they was looking. He done what I told him. The old man, the last time I knowed he was still alive, he had no cancer. That was a miracle. That was a miracle. He was so glad, when he called me, he cried. Like I said, he was in tears, crying. I mean, I didn't see him face to face, but he was crying. And he thanked me. He said he'll never forget me. He said, matter of fact, he went back to work. And he said, it was just like I was a blessing to him from God. He said, because I had no other hope. It was over. It was over. So he said, you were sent here. And he said, I always believe that. And so that's just what he done. So he done just what he done, and I helped him, went on my way. And I want to share what I done because I went through my lifetime. I've done these things that I've done. I healed my liver, took away my sugar, my high blood pressure. I healed myself. I didn't need a doctor. Why should I need a doctor when it's right there in front of my eyes what I need? Because you know who put it there? God. God put it there. That doctor didn't do nothing. He probably never even put a tater in the ground in his life. Because he was brought up in a family in college and this and that to what he done. So he knows nothing. All he knows is what they get shipped to him to ship to us. And we don't know what's in that medicine. That's just a big gamble we take. So when we take medicine, we always looked at life. Me, I never was a guy who liked to take pills or nothing growing up either. I take aspirin. Now, aspirins are very important. So, yes, I advise you take your aspirins every day. I don't care if it's one. You get up in the morning, sit down, whatever you're going to do, take you an aspirin. If you want to take two, take two. Now, I have took as high as 4 down the hatch. But what it is about these aspirins, they're good for your heart. See, right in here is a juggle, see. Right in that juggle is where all them little particles in there takes that blood blockage out here, on this side. And you got your heart, you see. And what it does, it'll block off that blood flow, it will. And when it does, it can stop you in your tracks. But the aspirins, I advise you, keep them in your car, keep them in your home, keep them in your purse. I don't care, keep them in your pocket. But anytime you start feeling a little something that ain't right here, a little tingle, maybe hurt something, dump you out 2 or 3 of them if you want 2 or 4. down the hatch. Now, don't use them old coated aspirins. Use the aspirins that was raised on back in the days of real stuff. Which you can buy a big old bottle of them down there at the dollar store or whatever, but they ain't coated or nothing like that. And it's the highest, strongest one you get. They ain't that much. But them can help you in all kinds of ways. Because cholesterol is a bad thing. Cholesterol is something, too, you got to watch out for. But hopefully, the cholesterol, the way you keep the cholesterol down is stay off the meat, stay off the grease, and watch the bread and this and that you eat. So that's what you got to do. Excuse me. But you got to stay away from all that meat and that greasy foods, if you got some kind of cholesterol problems. And you guys always out there, women, men, make sure the baby ones, the little ones too, it don't hurt to give them a little baby aspirin every now and then. My mom used to do me that way. There's 9 of us in the family. But Mom always had the aspirin there for the children because she loved us and she cared for us. And she was trying to keep us healthy. So, with all that now I've told you and this and that, I don't mean to disturb nobody, trying to bother nobody out there, but that's about all I've got, to tell you. And I want to share more, but with you when I first got on here, but I just didn't know how this stuff worked, so I didn't know, but now I do, and I just want to share the rest of the story and stuff with you out there, and I hope you'll listen. I like to see you live right on for good, healthy life out there and stuff. But remember, if you have a liver problem, do what I say, get rid of it. That's just the way you do it. Your sugar, get rid of it. You get rid of that stuff. You don't need this stuff, So that's the main thing you do, and stay away from the can, the beer, whiskey, stuff like that. But now the wine, well, the wine, but don't get drunk on wine. Now wine's a healer with the black pepper only. Now wine, it can kill you or it can heal you, and it'll heal you if you use it right and do what I say to do, and you'll be fine. Don't let the flu and don't let the old devil get you down. You got to show them, You can't walk around the dark all your lives, so you got to wake up. I woke up, and that doctor told me something like that. I was in shock. Oh, I admit it. I was scared. Who wouldn't be? 5, 6 months of live. All of a sudden here it is. Well, you're falling apart. I said, how'd that happen? Why am I falling apart? I was raised up in church when I was a little boy. I've been baptized. I pray. I ask God for forgiveness all the time. Now, why did I fall apart? No reason, because I'm good. I'm a good person. Always have been all my life. You don't see me out here being mean, cruel to people, nothing. I'm always laughing. If I see someone down, I'm trying to pick them up, get them laughing, this and that. So that's the way you do it. That's what you call from a happy spirit. And the happy spirit, that's what it takes. If you don't want to be down, have a happy spirit. Keep it that way. You see something out there, you can help someone in a good way to help them, like I'm sharing what I can tell you right now, and all that's true. It's all true. Now, this is no lie. There's my hand to God. I can swear on my mom's grave, my dad's grave, my brother's grave. I can swear on that stuff. So that means a lot to me. Because I can sit here and I can swear on my life, my mom's in the grave, my dad and them, good people, and I can swear all that without even losing sleep over it, because I love my mom and dad and my little family. And I'm concerned about them, which I don't get to see my family none, and none of them ever comes around me no way. But that's okay, because the Bible tells me to flee from your family. So I did. I want to go see the world. That's my dream, and I did. Get out there and looked it over, checked it all out, and enjoyed every bit of it. I moved down in Florida, bought me a home. I've been to all the islands here. I've been to every one of them. I went to the end of it where you can't drive no more next to Cuba. I've been to all that stuff. But I've seen it. I don't need to go back down that way no more to the south. But, with summer's coming in, so it's time for me to get out there and float along again. So that's what I'm going to do and stuff. So anyway, you all have a good night. And, keep everything done. Write it down. Write it down in case something happens to go on me on this thing here. Like I say, I know nothing about this phone, so how to work them. So write it down, what I tell you to do. And you listen and watch that a while. Few weeks, oh yeah, you'll be in perfect health. And you know how you're going to be in perfect health? Because I know, because I've been there. And it happened to me. I know what you got to do. Listen to me. That's all it's going to have to do if you want to make it. That's it. The only way. So, I'm going to say good night and stuff. And if you need to listen to anything about this over on here, you can get back on your phone, whatever you need to do there. And you sit down and listen from the first beginning where I first come on and talk to you about those things there. And that's what you do. And I want to hope, and I'll be praying for everybody. Hope everybody prays for me. So I want to say good night. Any of my family out there, they're down, they're sick, this and that, kids, listen to me, do what I say do, and you'll be in good shape. So anyway, God bless you all, and a good night.